Hey guys, today we're going to be going over a turtle position. We got this request as far as turtle defense. I generally don't like to get to the turtle position. I'm usually immediately trying to kind of turn and get up or get back to guard. So I don't like to sit there or stay there for long if I'm put in the turtle position. Just some things to keep in mind if John's doing like an underpass, stack pass. So let's say John's able to like stack me. He puts this on the far shoulder here. And I feel like I don't have an option about to get past. If I feel like I have to roll, I'll try to roll to where my head is gonna be facing him this direction so that he has to kind of chase me. So when John goes to pressure me forward here, I feel like I have to escape, so I'm gonna roll this way. So John goes for a front headlock. I know I'm expecting that, so I'm grabbing his hand. I try to go 2-on-1 and pin it to the mat. Yeah, so what a lot of people do is when he's passing, instead of going directly over like my shoulder head area, is they just turn to the side like this and try to escape this way. Now I'm in a really bad spot. It's hard for me to turn in, and I'm really slow when I turn away to where he can start taking my back here. So if I try to turtle, I risk my back being taken. So one of the first parts to defending this is trying to get to where my head and hips are in line facing him, so that when I roll over, I'm in this position here, like facing him, able to defend the front headlock and not where he's on the side, where he's like has my back in this direction here. My first option, for example, I'm gonna try to move my shoulders back, pull my legs in, right? If I can't get my legs in, I'm not gonna go straight over. I'm gonna try to go over my shoulder here, like this, to where now I'm facing him, my hips and my head are in line. And I know he's gonna most likely try to front headlock me or go to my back, but I'm in a better position here to defend that. So I know he's gonna try to reach for that front headlock. Whichever hand he gives me first, I'm gonna take a 2-on-1 and pin it to the mat. So now even if he tries to get the choke, he can't because he only has like one hand, and I can tuck my chin a lot easier to my shoulder. So I can just tuck my chin and buy time to get to guard. If I wanna stand up, I can stand up. If he has weight on me, here, it's still gonna be hard to choke with one hand. Even if he tries to go to my back, he has one hand. So I can follow him and sweep to guard. So that's the first principle, is when you're trying to go to turtle, try to get it to where your head and hips are in line in front of him, so where you can fight the grips better and you can move better. I think it's a lot better position to be able to escape and move from. Now, if he does get to the side and you are in turtle, I try not to stay here long. It depends if he has his arm over in seatbelt or if he has it tucked under. These are the two main positions from here. If he has this arm over, obviously I want to do a thumb and grip on the cross arm to help create a frame to where he can't choke me. He goes to choke me at any time, I can block. If I use this hand, it's not nearly as strong. I only have my fingers. This one, I have my whole forearm to frame. It's much stronger. So I'm bringing my thumb in and grabbing his hand. So what I like to do here to avoid the back take if he's on the side is I'll create a little bit of space with my shin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this leg up underneath me and bring my shin in front of him, hooking his hip. So if he gets up, so you can see. So I'm gonna have my shin here with my foot hooking on his hip, like this. This way he can't go to my back. If my leg's down, see how he can step over my leg? So if I don't block him with my shin, he can just step over my leg, and now it's really hard to move, and he can start taking my back, because if I turn to face him, he can stay on my back, right? If I try to roll, he can roll with me. So the first thing I like to do is I like to block my hands, but also you have to be very aware of them coming in. From this position, as you get better, I'm not too aware of him choking me, because even if, he does block this, I'm able to turn towards him and escape that choke if I see it coming. But especially if you're a beginner or starting out, I always recommend first making sure that choke's blocked, right? If you watch like Craig Jones, he's really good at escaping these positions even when they go for rear naked chokes, right? He'll turn towards them to escape the elbow positioning. But I want to make sure you guys get basic good use of the fundamentals where you're always blocking that choking arm. So when I block this, I'm gonna bring this leg underneath me here. So he's on the side. I'm gonna bring my leg underneath me so that I can bring this to the hip. Now he can't go and jump to my back because I can follow him. And now I can sit through and start to sit to guard. It depends on their position and everything, but his arms are under. He has more control and he's able to like open my elbows to get the hooks in, but he's not able to choke me as well. So I'm trying to keep really compact with my knees and elbows and aware to keep him from getting the hooks in. If I'm like this, yeah, I can just step in, right? So I'm trying to keep my elbows over my knees. So if he goes to step in, I can block, right? Another thing is I don't want to stay here. The longer that I stay here, the more time it gets him to work this in. So immediately I'm going to try to turn and face him, even if I have to step with his leg. The quickest thing that I want to do is get that shin across his hip like this. So if he raises up a little bit so you can see again, I'm trying to get my shin here, blocking, almost like a Z guard, to where he can't just jump across because my leg's down, he can go all the way to my back. I'm going to try to step up with this leg, or you can step with the knee if you have enough space. Sometimes I have to step with the leg. I'm going to go to face him, put this leg across. Now I can start sitting to guard. I can use this frame here and start sitting to guard. Another option if you can't sit to guard is that once you get this frame across, say I feel like he's too tight, I can't turn, I'm going to reach around and grab a whizzer where I'm going to go over his arm, I'm going to grab my thigh, and I'm going to turn him down to the mat like this. And I can end up in a lot of like front headlock situations here.